Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Indah Safitri Waber. I will read Great Speaker by Jim Kwik. The title is How to Learn Anything Faster. How fast can a child learn a musical instrument compared to an adult? How fast can they learn a second or third language? They learn fast, right? Because why? How many people you heard a song and it'll take you back to when you were a child? How many people? It's not a song, but maybe it's a fragrance or food that will take you back decades. Because information combined with emotion become a long-term memory, right? Because we're not logical. We're what? We don't do things logical all the time. We do things what? Emotionally. Because we're not logical, we're biological. Everyone wants to write this down. All learning is state dependent. The emotional state that you feel when you're learning something gets anchored to the learning does the make sense. By the way, what was the state that you felt back in school? Bored and the other class, they have the classes is like confused, right? And on a scale from 0 to 10, what's boredom? 0. Anything times 0 becomes what? 0. And that's why a lot of people don't remember what they learned. It's the emotional state. Does that make sense? We say that the children are the faster learners, right? That they have this curiosity and they play all the time. New, it's been shown in science. The research by playing more actually creates neurogenesis and neuroplasticity. What's neurogenesis? New growth, new brain cells. How many people like the idea of creating more new brain cells? What about neuroplasticity? What does that mean? More connection. So intelligence in a way is not necessarily like Einstein didn't have a bigger brain than anyone here. But in curtain grace of his brain, he had a highly connectedness. He did this dog experiment where he put himself in this brainwave state. That is state that you in when you shower. That's the state that's a relaxed state of creativity. You're inspired. You come up in new ideas. New things come out of you. And so he had more connections in curtain areas. And so you could promote that by playing more, we live in age where it's not your muscle power, it's more your mind power. The faster you can learn, certainly the faster you can earn, but not just financially, in all the areas your life. I remember recently I get to introduce to one of my modern superheroes. It was Stan Lee. And we're going to dinner. I remember asking Stan, I was like, I have to know you've created all these incredible superheroes. And without a blink, he's like Iron Man. And then he's like, Jim, who's your favorite superheroes? I was like, Spider Man. And without a pause, he says, with great power comes. The opposite is also true. With great responsibility comes great power. When you take responsibility of something, you have great power to what? To change things, to transform things, to make things better. Information combined with emotion become a long-term memory, right? The study that you learn something and the mood and the feeling that you learn something, it's attached to what you want to learn. I'm gonna give you 6 keys to learn anything faster. You can write this down. I want you to remember be fast. 6 keys to learn anything subject or skill faster. So the B in be fast stand for belief. Because if you believe you can't or believe you can, either way with what? Either way you're right. All behavior is belief driven. How many people here talking about memory? Because memory forgetting is a state. A lot of people say, "Oh, I have a bad memory," and they are already like, I have memory, or I have focus, or I don't have focus, or I have creativity, I don't have creativity. I want you to scrap that. Creativity is not something you have, it's something you do. Focus is not something you have, focus is something you do. Memory is not something you have, it's something you do. There is no such thing as a good or bad memory. There's just a trained memory and untrained memory. Your brain is like a supercomputer, and your self talk is a program it will run. So if you tell yourself you're not good at remembering names, you will not remember the name of the next person you meet because you program your supercomputer not to. Your mind is always eavesdropping on your self talk. Your brain cycles through different brain waves. Beta is when you're most awake. You're in beta most of you right now. Delta is when you're asleep. Delta is right above delta. That C state of creativity we talked about in between delta and beta when you're most awake. There's state called alpha. It's a state you go in when you meditate, state you go into when you do deep breathing, state you're also in when you watch television. Alpha state is a great state to learn dog. There is not a learning without remembering. So B is believe. Believe you can't or believe you can. Now the E. I'm gonna go through this really fast. It's exercise. And what I mean by this is I mean physical exercise because your brain the primary function of your brain is to control your movement of your body moves, your brain grows. If you want to learn any subject or skill faster, the F is to forget. A lot of people don't learn faster because they feel like they know it already right. So you'll want to forget about anything else than what you're learning here temporarily. The A in FAST stands for active. You take notes, you ask questions, you participate in it. The S in FAST stands for state. That all learning is dependent. I never want to learn in a bored state right. Most people, when they read, they're in a bored state. People wonder why. They don't remember what they read, so control your state. Finally, the T in FAST in Be Fast stand for teach. You learn with the intention of teaching it to somebody else. If you had to teach this to somebody when you got back home, your team, your family, your friends, which you learn independently. Yes or yes? So you learn with the intention of teaching to somebody else. Because when you teach something, you get to learn it twice. Let me close with this. When I got home, there was a package waiting for my open up. I opened it up and there was a photograph. There's a photograph of me and the entire cast of X-Men. And even better than Halle Berry and Jennifer Lawrence. Everything danced on the wrist, the note from the Carmen. It says, Jim, thank you so much for your superpowers with all of us. I know you've been looking for your superhero school since you were a kid. Here's your class photo. So, my question for you is this. If you could go back to the child inside of you, that younger self, and right now tell them something that they need to hear, what would that be? And if you were going to the future, 1 years, 2 year, 5 years, 10 years ahead in the future, I believe you have wisdom inside of you. I believe you have greatness inside of you. If you were to project 10 years ahead of time, and look back on this day right now, what is your current self need to hear from your future self? I have a quote that I get caught on more than anything else. It talks about an egg and stress. That your egg is like your life. If your egg is broken by an outside force, life ends. But if it's broken by an inside force, life begins. And all greetings begin on the inside. Thank you very much.